Fuji guys here on location at Whistler, BC. A great opportunity really to talk to you about fall shooting tips. And the first tip, of course, is choosing the right location. Of course, I've chosen Whistler, BC to be my ideal location to take my fall photos, but it could just be at your local parks where you have a lot of trees, a lot of foliage, and at this time of season you'll notice that leaves are starting to change from green to a yellow, and you get again colors like brown, reds, and even oranges. And so it's ideal for photography. So grab your camera and get some shooting going with your camera. Now, of course, when it comes to photography, one of the biggest important role of photography really is about lighting. And lighting really, in terms of tips I can talk to you about, really is that when you take pictures in a gloomier day where it's very cloudy, because the sun is not out to reflect colors coming from things like leaves and trees and plants, you're not going to get a whole lot of color coming from your images. So make sure that when you're choosing not just your location, but also choose the right time of day where you do have some good sunlight to pull some of the colors coming off the trees and off the leaves. Now, of course, I talked earlier about leaves, but leaves are a key important thing when taking pictures in the fall. Now, ideally we walk through leaves every single day and we don't notice it, but leaves actually are very nice to photograph and when it comes to taking pictures in autumn. And of course, one of the tips I want to talk about really is looking for one of those trees that is maybe all by itself, and you notice the leaves fall down into place, and nature does its thing by placing leaves in any location. And just like looking at the skies, you can also pick up some very cool looking layouts that the leaves fall out in, and taking pictures of those really are very stunning to do. And of course, when you want to take pictures, of course you want to shoot in a wide angle. So I do have a camera here that shoots at 24 millimeters, but again, shooting a wide angle gives you more composition and the ability to really compose that photo, whether it's taking a leaf up close using the macro functions, or even getting up very high and taking pictures down low towards the leaves to give you a different perspective when it comes to again taking leaves. So I'll show you a little later how we can get some incredible leaf shots with my camera that I have here. Now, of course, in the fall you start to notice different type of animals and insects that come out to play. Of course, there's a couple butterflies flying around here at this location, but also you see a lot of squirrels at this time, and as well a lot of dogs, a lot of people taking the pets for a nice walk because of the great colors that are around. So one of the cool tips to talk about really is having the right equipment. Where I talked about shooting wide angle, I also have a camera here that has a nice optical zoom, so that when I do take pictures of animals or bugs, I don't physically have to get close to them. I can actually take a shot from very far away. And a lot of times, especially with Fuji cameras, you can actually zoom completely out and enable the macro mode to get you a very close shot so that the focusing becomes in place. Now, I talked earlier about about color, but really some of the extreme colors that you can get are really shooting in the sunset and also in the sunrise. So dusk till dawn, those are ideal sweet spots to get exaggerated colors coming out from your image. So that's again another very good fall tips. So I want you to come with me right now, and I'll go around this Whistler and take some random photos of leaves and anything that I can see, and show you some tips on how to get those best proper shots for fall. So here's a leaf that's fallen onto a table, and it's a good opportunity for you to show you how to take a photo in macro. So I have the camera, I have the grid lines on to help me with the rule of thirds. I'm going to turn the camera to the macro function so I can get a good focus on the leaves, and I'm going to pre-focus by pushing halfway down, and I'm going to reposition it so that my grid line has a leaf on one of the corners and the chairs on the other. And this is a good composition technique for taking photos, especially trying to emphasize a shot. So here I'm going to take this picture. There we go. So that's a quick little tip on macro. And again, just any leaf falling anywhere is a good photo opportunity, and I just like to have nature fall, red leaf at this position. So taking photos of leaves, it's always good to be at different angles. Here's the one I have shooting above and shooting directly to the ground, and I have my camera here with me as well. I'm just going to turn that quickly on and see if I can get a shot. I'm going to zoom in slightly a bit to take away from the bricks, but I'm going to center right onto the subject, which is the red leaf. And again, just taking shots at different angles will give you different perspective in your photos. So here's the same shot taken at a lower angle, And again, instead of taking a shot from above below, I'm going to shoot right down to where the leaves have fallen. And I'm just going to compose my shot here. You can see I have a whole new perspective in that same shot. So if I take that picture now, again, the key is to get good sunlight, good location, and to even change your angle of your shooting. So whether you're shooting from top down to even just getting right down to the leaf level, again, just changing position will change the image itself. Now here I'm just walking along Whistler and I see a sort of a puddle here, and there's actually a leaf that I'm pretty interested in. It doesn't look as much, but again, I'm going to take a shot up here in a high angle. That's one. And I'm going to take one very low as well, so I can get right down to where the leaf is. And what you can find is there's a lot of reflection in the water, and just by setting the camera to the macro mode and shooting, you can see I can get some extremely nice reflections off the water as well as the colors off the leaves. So again, that's some quick tips. Sometimes when you walk around, some things that just don't look that great for photos, when you get close and up close and personal, it does come very nice.